I love the JRPG, the stories, the characters, and of course, the hair. What's up? My name's Fig, and I want to share some of my favorite things in the world of nerdom with you. First, let me set some ground rules. No strategy or action JRPGs this time around. Sorry Dark Cloud 2 and Final Fantasy Tactics, I'll come back for you soon enough. Also, make sure to give me your favorite 5 in the comment section below. I'll feature some of them next time I do one of these. So, without further ado, here are my 5 top JRPG games. When this game came out back in 1999, I was so excited. I heard so much about the Lunar series, but never had a chance to play it as a kid. To make it even better, all copies being released came out in this sweet box set. This was way before special editions were the norm. It was awesome. The game itself harkens back to the very basics of a JRPG. What I felt made this game special was the overall atmosphere. The characters were likable, the story may have been basic, but they did a good job making you feel connected with the world. You felt like you were seeing your characters grow, not only in levels, but as a character in the story. The battle system was simple but fun. In one word, this game was just so damn charming. It will always put a smile on my face. I love this game and its sequel, Suikoden 2. Yet the first one is the game that I beat in its entirety. What made the game amazing wasn't just the awesome battle system, but the overall story. You weren't just trying to save the world, it was about standing up for what you believe in, political ideologies, and fighting corruption. Friends became enemies, and sadly, it wasn't out of hatred, but because of duty. It touched upon the fact that wars can destroy more than just lives, but sometimes to fight for the whole, you have to sacrifice what is easy for what is right. You not only did the normal JRPG dungeon crawling, but you amassed an army, gathering heroes to not only fight, but act as support for your base operations, and even had one-on-one duels. It brought so many hours of fun, tears, and satisfaction once over. If there is one word that sums up this game, it's the word rewarding. This game was not only deep with its mechanics and its gameplay, but the story. The music was amazing. All the major characters, playable or not, were very deep, yet it was up to you to see it. Your interactions in the day by going to school, going on dates, or just hanging out with friends made you stronger in the dungeon crawling scenarios. So it was rewarding you for finding out more about those around you. Everyone had a secret or personal weakness. Not to mention the fact that this game covered subjects like gender, sexual, societal, and even parental identity. This game wanted you to jump into its world and not be an observer, but be an active participant. This game is a masterpiece, plain and simple. In my humble opinion, there are very few that can reach the balance of gameplay, story, and adventure this game told. The look to the overall feel of this game made me always feel that I was on a grand adventure, going through time, meeting friends, and doing what I can to save the world. The characters of this game are extremely charming, and its story unfolds for each one, revealing so much about them. You want them to succeed. You want them to push through their adventure. They have a common goal that stands the test of time, and the enemy is something they must all defeat. The gameplay was great. The ability to dodge random battles wasn't common during that time, and the way you could combine attacks made your team feel like, well, a team. Mix in multiple endings, and you have a game that will stand not only as one of the best JRPGs of all time, but video games of all time. This game is where it all started for me. The very first time I popped in this game, I had no idea what to expect. I never played a JRPG other than Dragon Quest I. Yet, with my copy of Nintendo Power in my hand, I borrowed my friend's copy to see what awaited me. Dragon's Quest may be considered the godfather of JRPG games, but the very first Final Fantasy set the foundation of the modern JRPG. Picking your team at the beginning was mind-blowing to me. That meant I could control how the game would play out. My team of 4 always had strengths and weaknesses no matter who I chose. Weapons changed their appearance as I bought them. How each weapon looked different, and how you could see your party actually swing their weapon or cast their spell at the enemy was amazing. The artwork for the enemies themselves was something I never saw before. I never had this feeling of exploration, growth, and adventure since the original Legend of Zelda. The fact that halfway through the game you actually change classes was a shock. Leveling up was expected, but watching your characters evolve to a more powerful form left me speechless. This game is very simple by today's standards, but when I played it, I never experienced anything like it. I couldn't put it down, and I was excited to find out where it would take me next.